Hey kids, and welcome to the show. Today I'm going to talk to you about something that could get me in trouble, but I don't think it will, and that is COVID and the vaccine and all the stuff that's going on. Now, we know those little web crawlers are going to be going through, and if I say something that's factually incorrect, they're just going to nuke my channel. But this channel is for what? For me to talk to my kids about my feelings. So before I move forward, I do want to let you know I'm going to talk about my opinion about the vaccine, about COVID, about all this stuff that's based on what I've read, what I've seen, and those things. This is not advice. I'm not going to tell you guys to get a vaccine. I'm not going to tell you any of that stuff. Okay, I'm not talking about masks. I'm literally just talking to my kids about what I think is going on. And if you guys want to be a part of that conversation, stick around. And if you like what you hear, give me a like. So if I'm talking to my kids, and this is what I'm saying, here it is, kids. This disease it's scary. When the vaccine was first put out, it was to target these spikes, right? And the idea was that this vaccine was going to destroy those spikes and it was going to save everything. And it was a great vaccine. I have taken the Pfizer vaccine just so we kind of are clear with where we are there. I'm not anti-vaccine. However, I took it early on, and the reason I took it was because I wanted to make sure that it wasn't going to make me grow an extra limb or something, and I wanted to, if there was going to be a risk, I wanted to take that risk because I was really kind of hesitant to take the vaccine. Again, this is very early on. I was in a high-risk group, and we were able to take the vaccine at the VA, and so I decided to do it. However, we waited for everybody else. So here I am now, several months into the future, and I actually did I did a show on this, so you can go back. I think it's still available on when I actually got my vaccine, and the nurse explained everything. But I did go back and look at some other videos when I was explaining what COVID was, and some of these videos I've made private and some of them I haven't, and they are there for my family and friends. But I went back and I looked at my video about this vaccine, and knowing that I did my research back then, I was thinking, okay, what did I get wrong? What did I get right? Here's what I got wrong. What I got wrong is I said it was going to kill the virus. And that's not what's happening. Basically, and I'm going to say this in military terms because my kids know I'm always talking about the military. So if you have this virus, okay, this virus is like bad. I mean, like you see what it looks like, it's bad. And then you've got two militaries. Let's just say this virus is the military. And so you're flying. Your vaccine is one of two things. You've got your immunity if you catch it. You have your vaccine. Vaccine saves your life by knowing what this virus looks like. So basically, it's like an Air Force drone pilot flying one of those little planes, and when they see this, when it sees, okay, I see that is C-19, and just blow it up, push it out. Well, we thought it was blowing them up. What it was doing, it was just not allowing it to attach, which helps us. It doesn't attach. The problem is what we thought, and this is kind of what I'm understanding, again, is my opinion, check it out, look at the CDC. What we thought was going to destroy these spike proteins didn't destroy the spike proteins. They're not attaching to the people that are vaccinated. So they're still being spread. Okay? Viral shedding is what it's called. It's still being spread. So does the mask help? Does the mask not help? That's up to you. One of the things we did find out last flu season was flu was way down. And it wasn't because, everybody that had the flu just called it COVID. No, it was really legitimately way down because people were doing a lot of the masking and the hand sanitizing and all that. So here is the thing. The most important thing we can do right now, whether you wear a mask or not, whether you're vaccinated or not, is just proper sanitation. Just, do that. So what do we know now? We know that this vaccine, at least the Pfizer, I'm talking about the Pfizer. I can't talk about the Johnson & Johnson. I didn't do a lot of research on that because of some ethical reasons. We decided not to do the J&J. I'm glad we didn't, so I did the Pfizer. And what we have found is that it's really more of a prophylactic because it doesn't do what a traditional vaccine does. A traditional vaccine, and like I was talking about the Air Force with the drones, traditional vaccine is just a bunch of infantry guys just kind of sitting around, and this vaccine comes in and it beats the hell out of them, and they beat the hell out of it. And when they win, if they win, I mean, if they lose, obviously you die. If they win, they are going to be on the lookout for anything that looks anything like that vaccine, and they're going to beat the hell out of it. That's the downside to what we're doing with the drone flyover. You're just targeting that specific um, specific virus, not mutations and all that stuff. So when there's a mutation, we've got the Delta variant now, which is a slight mutation. Does it really stop it? And so far, yes. But what happens when we get other mutations? And now they're seeing that COVID is in deer. Yeah, like deer. You can look that up. Deer have been tested and positive for COVID. So we know that COVID is in the animal kingdom and it's in the human kingdom. It's bad. It's disgusting. It's gross. So what am I going to tell you, kids? This is it. COVID's pretty serious. People that are overweight or have health conditions get it worse. Not a lot of people die, but if it's someone in your family, it feels like a lot of people. We don't know where it's going from here. We know things change. We know that in the past, we've eradicated things, but in the past, we've just had like the flu that just continues on and on. We don't know where that's at. But what we do know is everyone needs to stop listening to politicians. Just stop listening to politicians. Stop listening to pundits. They don't care about you. They want you to click on the video. I want you to click on my video. I don't really know you. I want to care about you. I want to be a part of your life. I hope that some of the things I say are spark interest and make you want to go be better. But at the end of the day, we all have our reasons for doing this. My reason for doing this is because I want a channel to document my feelings to my kids. That's it. I would love to have 10 million followers because my kids would have to watch the videos. However, right now they don't have to watch the videos, but one day I hope that they can go back and watch them. Maybe one day when I'm long gone, they can say, what did Daddy think about COVID back during that pandemic? Well, that's what this is for. So before you flag me, I don't want to go through all that stuff for misinformation. I'm going to say it one more time. This is Dad's opinion. You need to make a decision for yourself. You need to decide whether or not you're healthy. You need to decide what's the best thing for you. What we need to not do, regardless of what side of the coin you fall on, whether you think the vaccines are good or you think they're bad or masks are good or vaccines, we need to stop being mean to each other because of a bunch of jerks that live in Washington, D.C. and don't care about us. That's it. We need to start opening our lives and our love to our community. So one of the teachers while we were doing because our kids are going back to school, thank God. I love the fact that we're doing in school so far. And one of the teachers asked about masks and what we felt because they have to kind of honor that. So if our parents say, wear the mask all the time, that kid's going to wear the mask all the time. We have some great teachers. We have a great school district. And it's one of those things like, well, what do you do? The kid's going to be in the same class. We're taking this risk either way. So I looked the teacher square in the eye and said, I want you to treat this mask as a uniform because I know in that setting, it's not going to do any good. And the funny thing is the teacher said, and I won't say her name, but a teacher, I'll just say a teacher because I know a lot of teachers. So they're nasty and gross anyway. So it's actually probably better not to wear the mask because they're always gross. So anyway, I digress. The point is, we need to decide what's best for our family. We have this option. Our classrooms are small. Our community is small because we live out in the middle of nowhere. If you live in the city and you got 50 kids in a classroom, it's going to be a different situation. You don't know your teacher. Your teacher might not live in the same city as you. She might, come in from, basically my city. Maybe they don't care. Our teachers live in our community and they care about our kids. So it makes a big difference. So if you're not someplace where you feel like your teachers, your doctors, they don't care about your kids, you need to go somewhere else. Okay. And you got to do it. So I'm here. I'm always here for my kids. I'm doing everything I can to do what I can with what I've got. And we're doing it one step at a time. Some days are overwhelming and some days are just days. Today's one of those days where we're still trucking along and making progress one step at a time. For me, it's 11. And so guys, if you're on the fence about the vaccine or the prophylactic, like I said, it's prophylactic because it's actually stopping it. It's not actually letting you get the virus and fight it yourself. It's just weird. Anyway, look it up. Look that stuff up. Do you want to take it and have a better chance of surviving, because when you're obese and you take it, you have less chance of having to go to ICU. That's basically it. You're not going to not get it. You're going to be better equipped. You're going to have less of it in you. So ask yourself that. If you're young, you're healthy, is that worth it? We know that you transmit it either way. So at the very least, if you don't want to wear a mask, you don't want to get vaccinated, do the social distancing, wash your hands, and look out for your neighbors. Some of them are scared. So even here in Oklahoma, where things are pretty much opened up, there's still some neighbors that are scared, and this vaccine is this virus is scary when you get it. The good thing is there's a lot of people that have it and don't know it. Asymptomatic. So don't be scared. Just be faithful. You are in my prayers. Everyone that's on this channel, I lost 2. I want to pray for those people that decided they didn't want to hear what I had to say anymore, and that's totally cool, but I am going to pray for them individually, because I pray for everybody that joins the channel. So for my 68 subscribers today, I love you guys. I thank you so much for being here for me. So this is a great thing for me, and I hope that you guys learned something. So until next time. Oh, if you have any questions, please comments. We'll be sticking around for about an hour or 2, and yeah, if you have something to add, please do. In the meantime, you've gotten this far, like, share, subscribe if you don't mind, and work hard, be kind, and have fun.